Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Now, homelessness blights the lives of tens of thousands of people in Britain, and only yesterday MPs called it a national crisis. Some of those affected, so-called sofa surfers who move from friend to friend to keep off the street, don't even register in the official statistics. So BBC News has commissioned a poll to discover the scale of the problem, particularly among young people. It found that almost 1 in 10 16 to 25-year-olds questioned sofa surf for over a month, and that more than a quarter have done it for over a week. Our social affairs correspondent Michael Buchanan has this special report on Britain's young hidden homeless.
Time passes slowly if you're homeless. For some, most days are spent waiting and hoping. Waiting for the phone to ring, hoping he'll have a bed tonight.
So there won't be any further assistance? Is there anything else that we could look at possibly? Or... All right, thank you for that.
Sam's local council paid for a room for a few nights as temperatures fell below zero. But with the nights becoming warmer, Sam's prospects have cooled.
Hi, my name's Sam North. I'm ringing up for Janet regarding the room.
With the council withdrawing support, the 23-year-old, who has spent time in prison and suffers from mental health problems, desperately searches for somewhere to sleep.
Don't know where I'm coming or going really, I don't know where I'm going to be sleeping from night to night, I mean, I might find out that I can stay somewhere for a few days, but then again after that it's doing it all over again.
I'll have a pack of spuds.
Unlike Sam, Ian knows he has a roof over his head tonight, and thanks to this charity, food in his cupboards. 3 weeks in a friend's flat means the daily struggles of a sofa surfer are over, for now. Ian's next aim is to get a job, though it won't be easy.
Looking for a job with no permanent address is really difficult. Like, not just that, why sofa surfing, it's like keeping your hygiene up so you're not smelling while you're in work and stuff like that, looking kind of smart and stuff, yeah, it is difficult.
Sofa surfing mainly affects young men, and as our poll suggests, falling out with parents is the main reason.
And our main drive at Key is to get young people back in touch with their families. That would be our first port of call, is to call parents and say, it isn't that easy, they're not going to get a flat right away. Your child could be left on the streets, and just negotiate with them and see if there is any way that we could get them back home.
Moving back in with his mother, though, was never an option for 20-year-old Dale.
Living in close quarters with her, our relationship just gradually got worse, so constant arguing. And it had the snowball effect of building up on one after the other, just gradually getting worse and worse until Christmas Day of 2014, when we had a massive argument and she kicked me out and I became homeless.
He would normally have gone to his gran's, but she was in a home having developed dementia. Just months earlier, Dale had been living with her and was her primary carer, so he relied on friends for 2 months while still at school.
It's extremely hard because doing your A-levels is stressful as it is. No one really enjoys A-levels, well I didn't anyway. But it was very hard trying to balance work life and personal life, because it's hard to focus on doing your schoolwork and revision during the day when you're worrying about where you're going to be sleeping at night.
Would you sometimes go into school in the morning knowing that at that moment you had nowhere to sleep that night?
Yeah, that was very often the case, yeah.
Dale prevailed. He's now renting a flat in his second year at university. As we left, Sam was facing a night on the streets, but hours later a friend called to offer his sofa. Relief for tonight, but tomorrow the search for shelter begins again. Michael Buchanan, BBC News.
The longest night of the year, 4 days before Christmas, many beginning to head home for the holidays. But for thousands of young people, there is no home. In the latest in our series on Britain's homeless, Simeon Brown has been talking to some of the young people with nowhere to go this Christmas.
Commuters are on their way home, but these carolers are singing for young people without one. At a time of year loved by children and teenagers, this 20-year-old knows what it's like to be alone and without a place of her own.
Incredibly depressing. to know that you have so much of your life left, but you have nothing to your name. And even if you do try your best, there's always going to be factors that are going to knock you back.
Mamusa is one of over 12,000 of the hidden homeless sleeping in London every night, sofa surfing, squatting, or living without permanent accommodation.
We look like normal people, and that's the saddest part of this, that most homeless people look like normal people. A big misconception that people tend to have, they think if you're staying at a friend's, if you're sleeping on someone's sofa, that's still classed as homelessness, because you never know when that person who owns that house is going to say leave. So you're always in a vulnerable place when you're doing stuff like sofa surfing, same way you're in a vulnerable place when you're sleeping out on the street begging.
Jonathan is also 20 and has been forced to sofa surf with friends, but he gave us this cautionary tale.
Sofa surfing isn't the best thing to do, especially with close friends, because then it destroys friendships as well, because now I don't talk to any of those friends anymore, and we're not even close.
In addition to losing friends, Jonathan says he's estranged from his family because of addiction.
I've done every drug except heroin. Because of the drug addiction and everything, I pushed my family away when they could have helped me. But I was young and I thought I knew the world.
It's not the last time we heard a family breakdown leading to homelessness.
I have no contact with my mom, so it's kind of those things where I have not really big contact with my family. So I have to provide myself for a job, for food, for work.
But Yuji is looking forward to Christmas, along with Mamusa, who is spending it with some of these carolers at the New Horizons Youth Centre. There may be a shortage of homes, but there is not a shortage of hope.
The New Horizon that have been helping me making referrals to shelters, so in effect they're keeping at least a roof over my head. They give you the opportunity to wash, to eat, just to make you feel human.
Simeon Brown reporting.